Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how I go from this to this using some of the hottest new makeup releases. I ordered the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight Palette the day it was launched. It arrived a couple of days later, and I have to tell you, it was so difficult for me to not immediately open this up and use it right then and there. I haven't even opened the box to look inside. I have only seen the palette online. Yeah, it's stunning. I think it's pretty true to what the online images have shown. And there are multiple ways I could go with this. And I am going to start with the palette because lately I have been starting with my eyes. I posted a video a couple of weeks ago. It was just a short, under 5-minute tutorial on how I've been making up my hooded eyes these days. Because even as a 25+ year makeup artist, I have been getting really frustrated with applying my eye makeup. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. But you'll see in that video, and you'll see right now as I demo this palette, why I've been doing my eyes before foundation. A couple of the other products I'll be testing out are the NYX Face Glue Gripping Primer. I've got the new Valentino lipsticks. I purchased 2 of the brand new shades of the MAC lip pencils. Now, I don't know just how new these products are, but they were just sent to me. They are from Hard Candy. It is the Make It Double Mascara and the Get a Grip Lash Primer. All right, before I dive into this palette, I am going to prime my lids. In the past, using a concealer as my shadow primer never worked. But I don't know if my lids are just getting less oily, but now that's really all I use. I haven't found myself needing to use a separate or actual eyeshadow primer like I used to. My favorite seems to have been discontinued anyway, and that was the NARS Pro Prime tinted version. They still have the regular clear version, which I do think is great, but I like to neutralize the skin tone, the discoloration on my lids. So that is why I like something that has a little bit of pigment to it. Because as you can see, my lids are totally neutralized now and ready for shadow. But first I'm going to take a little powder. You can choose whatever powder you like, just nothing too dark. And then I set that concealer. Now you are going to have to trust the process. If you saw that hooded eye video I was referring to earlier, you know why I say that. If you didn't see that video, you're probably thinking, huh, what is she talking about? Trust the process. Okay, I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I will put the shade names somewhere in a caption on the screen. They are labeled, but without my glasses, I can't see what they are. And I'm looking straight into the mirror, and I'm starting at the outer corner of my eye, and I am blending into my crease and a little bit higher. And just like with the original Ethereal Eyes, I'm finding the pigmentation to be very good. I'm bringing the eyeshadow well below the outer corner of my eye. I'm going below my lower lash line, and then I'm taking it out towards my temples. Now I want to deepen that just a little bit. So I'm going to take a smaller crease brush and go into a combination of these 2 shades right here. I'm going to go dip, 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 tap off. And then I'm going to place that right on the outer corner of my eye. And again, bringing it down below where my eye turns down at the end. And actually, I don't want to even use that lighter shade anymore. I want to use just the dark. And I'm just going to pat that and just make a huge mess underneath my eye. It's going to look fabulous when we're done. Then I'm going to do the same on the other eye, making sure I get under that fold, because you can see with the hooded eye, the fold's coming down over. So I want to put my chin up and look down into the mirror and then really pack that in to the fold. One eye is more hooded than the other, and then again, taking it down, 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 and then softly blending out. And then you can keep adding just right at the outer corner for a little bit more depth, not bringing it in like we did the first time, just Really concentrating on that outer corner. Now I am going to use that same brush that I first used to apply this color, and now I'm going to apply this color just to blend out the edges, soften them up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take this ivory on my index finger, put that on the lid, and just sort of pat that a couple of times right on the mobile lid. You can see that gave a bunch of brightness. Really just packing that in, trying not to cover too much of that outer corner, but we can always go back and touch it up. All right, now, what shimmer do I want to use? Decisions. This one right here. It's kind of the darker silvery taupe. I might regret this, but nope. Oh, you know what? It's almost like pulling blue. It's got some blue sparkles in it. That's very beautiful. It's very unique. I have no problem wearing this type of shimmer. And even if I were doing makeup on my mother, who's 76 now, I would not hesitate to use these shimmers on her. They're just super silky, super just beautiful. And I love, love, love the way they look at night. I'm not going to use the blue today. Don't be mad at me. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll use a little bit on the lower lash line. For right now, I'm going to go into this upper right corner. It's like a sort of shimmery gunmetal gray. Let me swatch it. Is it shimmery? Looks like it has some shimmer to it. No, I wouldn't say it's a shimmer. It's more like a satin. And I'm just pressing that right along the outer corner and my lash line. And I'm also, again, taking it, not being afraid to go below that outer corner. Just packing it, packing it, packing it. And I'm actually kind of really packing it right under there. Now do you see why we did the eyes first? I think it's pretty clear. I'm going to take one of my favorite brushes for lining my upper lids. This one is from the Morphe Makeup by Ariel collection. And I'm going to go right into that black. I'm just going right at the base of my lashes, or my lash line. Just pressing that in. And then also taking that down. It's very sort of haphazardly bringing it down so I can really get over that fold. So this makeup is probably going to come out so beautiful, and I'm going to have to take it off later tonight because I'm going to a Halloween party. It's a vampire ball. In past years, the couple that threw this party, said people could come as whatever they wanted to, but this is the last year they're having the party, and they wanted to just have everybody be a vampire. So that's going to be a struggle for me because I do have an allergy to red dye. So purple eyeshadows and red eyeshadows tend to irritate my eyes. So I really haven't decided what I'm going to do yet as far as my makeup. All right, so now the eyeshadow is pretty much done. So I'm going to take a little makeup remover, clean off all of this, and then I'm going to follow along my lower lash line and bring it up towards my temples. And look at that. Take a little tissue and dry it off. So now I'm going to curl my lashes, tight line with a little brown eyeliner. And now let's try the Hard Candy Get a Grip Lash Primer. The bristles on this wand are those rubberized kind. I don't really feel like it's doing much though. Kind of thinking, what is it doing? It's leaving a little bit of white like most lash primers do, but I don't know. And now I'm going in with the Make It Double mascara. Let's see if it does make my lashes double. They look a little feathery. That's not a bad thing, but they certainly don't look doubled. I think if you already have good lashes, this could be a winner. But if you're like me and you're trying to build lashes so that they look almost fake, I don't think this is gonna cut it, because it's not cutting it for me. Oh, it's not good at all on this side. All right, I'm trying really hard with this mascara. Let's try blinking into it. I know some people do that a lot. I've never gotten into the whole blinking into my mascara thing, but it does seem to work. Not sure if I said this yet, but I am going to do more on the under eyes once I have my foundation on. I'm going to add some of that blue like I promised. So let's try this NYX Face Glue Gripping Primer that is in packaging you're either going to think is really cute or really cheap looking. And because this is supposed to be a gripping primer, meaning that it's going to help keep the foundation gripped, locked into your skin, lasting longer, I decided I didn't want to test it with a new foundation. I wanted to use it to pair it with a foundation that I love, but I don't get a lot of wear time out of. It's not long wearing on me, but that is mostly because I have oily skin. And whenever I wear a foundation that is not specifically made for an oily skin, I always have to use some sort of shine control primer or gripping primer. So I'm going to try it today I'm going to do like a high-low combo here. The NYX primer and the Guerlain Terracotta Le Tint. This is a beautiful, beautiful skin-like foundation. It is absolutely stunning. I'm going to put a little bit of the primer on the back of my hand. It comes out just like glue. It's kind of cute. I could absolutely see someone with small children though, if they didn't hide it on their vanity, that a child would actually look at this and think that it was glue. Feels nice. It does have a, ooh, it does have a sticky texture to it. All right. Let's put some on the forehead. All right, let's let that sit for a couple of seconds while I put some of my Guerlain Le Tint on a tray. Yeah, it's sticky, it's tacky, but not uncomfortably so. Let's take a little bit of the foundation and blend it on. It's going over it nicely, going over the primer nicely. And gotta get the forehead. Look at how nice this foundation is. I love it. I just wish it lasted longer. So I'm gonna check in a couple of hours. Unfortunately, I can't wear it like 10 hours today because, as I said, I have to take this off and put vampire makeup on later. But I'll check in at like the 6 or 7 hour point. I got up early to film this on a Saturday just so I could have this video ready for Monday and be able to give you guys at least a 6 or 7 hour check-in. I wanted to get this video up sooner than later because guess what's coming up? The Sephora sale. Now I know obviously you can't purchase NYX and hard candy at Sephora, but I think you can get 98% of these other products there. Oh my gosh, I have been having such issues with my nose lately. It's almost like the stitches from my rhinoplasty years and years ago are coming loose. This might be TMI, but it's like getting kind of gross. Kind of nervous. I think I need to make a doctor's appointment. All right, foundation is looking nice. I do not have a new concealer to test out this month, so I'm gonna use this one from Giorgio Armani. Okay, I've concealed, lightly contoured, and now I'm going to set my under eyes with another new-ish product that I'm not testing for the first time in this video. I talked about it in a video where I compared 3 of the newest well, newest at the time, under eye setting powders from Kosas, Tower 28, and this one from Too Faced. I ranked or compared all three of them, and this was the winner by far. The only problem with this one that a lot of people mentioned in the comments is the price. The price for the amount you get is pretty high. But I love it. I love it so much. I cannot stop using it. As you can see, I've already hit pan. I am going to buy this again. In my opinion, it does work even better than the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, which has been my favorite for years. So what I've been doing with this is taking my little powder puff from Amazon, picking it up. I'm using the shade Light, and then just setting my under eyes, and just the brightening and smoothness that this gives is next level. It makes my pores disappear. All right, now let's get back to the eyes for a second. And let's try that blue. And then just lightly line my lower lash line with it. Now I want to put some of that shimmering white in my tear ducts. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what's interesting is that they all the shimmers have some blue, like, sparkle to them. And as you can hopefully see, I am taking this also a little bit into the inner portion of my crease. Then I'm just taking a little bit more of that dark brown and touching up the outer corners. I did my brows off camera, and the products will be listed in the description box. Then I took the matte ivory shade from the Mario palette and applied that right underneath the arch of my brows. Next, I applied a little ivory pencil to my lower waterline. And I do not know what happened to my microphone here. I must have knocked it somehow, because all of a sudden the audio for this portion where I demo and talk about the new Rouge Blush Color and Glow duo went completely staticky. So I'm just going to repeat what I said, which is that I chose the darker of the two contour and highlight duos. There are actually 4 in total. 2 of them are contour and highlight duos. The other 2 are blush and highlight duos. I'm actually glad I went with the darker of the 2 contour and highlight duos, because it gave me just the perfect amount of pigmentation to set the cream contour that I had applied a little bit earlier. And then up next is this limited edition exclusive holiday duo from Givenchy. It contains a Prism Libre blush in Taffeta's Rose and a mini Rose Perfecto in Pink Irresistible. And the Rose Perfecto is a hydrating and pH reactive lip balm. Let me wipe off my lips first, because they've got a little foundation on them. Oh, that feels really good. Oh, look at the color. It's making my lips like a hot pink, but like a subtle hot pink. So we'll leave that on for now, and let's try this Rose Taffeta's shade 2. What I like to do with these is just shake it up, try to get all 4 shades into the cap, dip in my brush, tap off the excess, and buff it on. Ooh, that's nice and subtle. It looked like it might be a brighter pink in the container, like a brighter peachy pink, but it's not. It's really subtle. I'm gonna add a little bit more. What's great about these blushes, ooh, it has like a really pretty kind of sheen to it. What I was saying is, what's great about these brushes is that brushes, I always say that wrong. Not always, but so many times I confuse blush with brush. So many times. Okay, I'll be honest with you, with these lips, I feel like I've got like an updated 80s vibe going on right now. I would say that this blush, this set would be ideal for lighter skin tones. I wish they would come out with 2 versions, maybe one for a deeper skin tone. But if you are fair or light skinned like me, blush is beautiful. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is a very subtle glow there. But we're going to add more glow with the other side of the Dior Duo. Take this little brush I got from Kosas into the gold highlight and just add some more glow. Oh, it's kind of sparkly. Yeah, a little bit, but I don't hate it. You know, skin has texture, and while we don't want, not all of us want anything that's going to accentuate texture, I don't think this is like showing a crazy amount of texture. Just gonna put a little bit right through here, a little bit right here. All right, I need to go grab the Valentino lipsticks. So this was my very first ever PR package from them. And when I tell you, I squealed when I opened this and saw who it was from. Look at this. Let me turn it around. Hopefully my camera is focusing. This box is huge. So they are called Spiked Lipsticks. Spike Valentino Buttery Matte Lip Color, a non-drying matte formula with 10-hour comfortable wear. Infused with light diffusing gel and cotton oil extract to keep lips looking hydrated. It delivers high pigment color after one stroke to create your perfect finish. Okay, I can't get it out of the box. Oh my goodness, sometimes they make these packages like so difficult to open.
15 minutes later.
Okay, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but that was the most difficult to open package I've ever had in my life. I'm sweating. I'm gonna swatch them on my arm first. Ooh, those are super buttery. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, this one is the brightest fuchsia pink I have ever seen in my life. Okay, that's not gonna work out as far as showing you, so I'll have to put in some B-roll. And here are the swatches of the two new MAC lip liners. So I've wiped off the Givenchy Balm and my lips feel really, really good. I think for this look, Sweet Talk might work best. It's pulling a little brighter than I expected it to, but it might be because of the pink I had from the balm. I don't know. Yeah, it has to be, because the swatch didn't look this pink, but I wiped my lips off pretty good. All right. Gosh, I love this packaging. I'm just gonna kind of blot it on. They smell good. They're not overpowering. Like the new Laura Mercier lipsticks, they're a lovely formula, but the scent is just, in my opinion, so overpowering. This is definitely more light. I like the combo. I still feel like I have an overall updated 80s vibe because this is pinker than I expected it to be. But I think it's pretty. The lipstick feels amazing, absolutely amazing. So let's take this all in, the finished look, before I add a couple of tweaks. Those tweaks are going to be some individual lashes, surprise, surprise, and I think a little gloss. Okay, I'm back. I applied a corner lash. I took my Day Club lashes with BK Beauty and I just snipped them in half, and then I used the inner portion on the outer corner of my lashes. I did have to go in with mascara and really, really build up the inner part of my lashes, which I don't normally need to do. So that'll just bring me to my first kind of final thought, which is that the Hard Candy Mascara, where did it even go? In case you didn't know it, we YouTubers make a huge mess when we film. Here it is, the Make It Double Mascara. It's a no for me. There are plenty of excellent mascaras at the drugstore, but this one is not it. Even with the primer, I was just very unimpressed. But before I go through my final thoughts on everything else that's on my face, I do want to add a little bit of gloss to this makeup look. I do like it as is, but there's just something about a gloss, especially when you've got a little sparkle on the eye. I'm sure some people will feel the opposite way, that a matte lip is actually better with a sparkly eye, but not this girl. This girl loves her gloss. So I'm going to top this with a new Buxom gloss, which are some of my favorites. This is actually one of the new full-on lip plumping creams, and it's in Pumpkin Spice White Russian. So I'm just putting this right on top. Yes, it does smell like pumpkin spice. This is gorgeous. But it's not like an overwhelming scent. Oh, I love this. This is exactly what this look needed. Yes, I am in love. Now I can feel that little tingle starting. Okay, let's talk about this Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight Palette. I think you could tell I love it. I definitely think it's worth purchasing, even if you already have the original Ethereal Eyes. This is one of those things that you should get if you want it while it's available, because I know there are so many people that are begging Mario to bring back the original Ethereal Eyes. And he has, and he might again, but you don't want to miss out. If this is something you're on the fence about, just do it. The NYX Face Glue. So far so good. As I mentioned earlier, I will either put a caption on the screen letting you know how my makeup held up after 7-ish hours, or if I can remember to do it, I will insert some B-roll to show you. But what I can say at this point is that my makeup went on beautifully over it. My makeup looks beautiful over it. I have read some of the reviews on this product already, and they've been, for the most part, very, very good. So I do have expectations that I will continue to use this. The Dior Rouge Blush Contour and Glow. I like it. This is definitely something that if you are a luxury makeup lover, that you probably will want to have in your collection. I thought the contour looked really natural. The highlight looks really natural. It's not super blinding. It did accentuate my texture a little bit, but as I mentioned in the demo, I don't mind it too much. And if texture and large pores isn't an issue for you, you'll probably absolutely love it. The Givenchy limited edition holiday set would make a great gift for yourself or for someone else in your life that has fair to light skin. I just do not think that anyone with a medium deep skin tone would really benefit from this. They could definitely enjoy the lip balm, but I just can't see this blush showing up very well on deeper skin tones. I already talked about the mascara and the primer. The powder, even though I have a whole video raving about it, I'm gonna rave about it again. The Too Faced Born This Way, definitely something to put on your Sephora sale wish list. Valentino lipsticks look beautiful. They feel beautiful. Yes, I kind of ruined it and put a gloss over the top. So no, I won't be able to tell you after 8 hours how they feel or how they stayed on. But I do plan to get back into doing monthly favorites and fails videos. I kind of stepped away from doing them for a while, but I think I want to come back to doing them because I do feel like they are very helpful, and a lot of you do want updates on these products. Since this is more like a first impressions video, I do think it's great that MAC extended their lip liner shade range. I really like the two shades I got. I think I'll probably use Beige Turner a little bit more than Sweet Talk though. This shade of Buxom Gloss, so pretty. So that'll do it for October's testing hot new makeup. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do post new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. My username is Risa Does Makeup on all platforms. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.